Hello, I'm cold, but I'm out here just for you, to bring you an episode of Throwback. And this time, are you in a modern scenario where you need missiles, but, you know, the whole HAMP thing is just too much of a pain? Well, I have a solution for you. This is the AirJet Power Triple Strike from 1998. A long-awaited throwback, because I kept forgetting to do a video about it. And that's the truth. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome. If you are not new here, then I apologize for the sort of gap in videos. Sometimes stuff gets in the way, and sometimes that can be my own mind. But yes, the Triple Strike. I'm first going to do a basic overview just to show you what's going on here. Up at the very front, we have a pump. It is relatively comfortable. It's not made out of the best plastic in the world, but it works. Mine is very stiff, but I think it's just old. Moving back, you have these barrels where you slide on arrows, but not just any arrows, specifically these arrows. These are Screamin Arrows. And these are very cool, and I'm definitely going to try to demonstrate their whistling effect. So you can load 3 of these bad boys on. But if you're the average collector, consumer, odds are you probably don't have those. But I bet you have Demolisher missiles. And boy, do I have news for you. They fit perfectly and work just as well as the arrows. So now you have an air-powered, big pistol shotgun. Yeah, also shades because bright. Up top here, we have arrow storage for the included arrows. Please don't use it. It's not good at all. And this top piece snaps in, so sometimes it won't have it. Then down below, we have the grip. It is not the best grip in the world, but it works surprisingly well, actually. And the trigger is a 3-stage trigger. So pop it up a few times. Then it can do that, or pop it up a few more times. Do that and fire 3 at once. So go pop, poop, pop. Or flop. Sound effects not included. Alright, so now I'll show you a quick firing demo. Now that you're back from a firing demo, on to some of the other aspects of it. So first of all, this takes a lot of pumps, anywhere from 20 to 30 pumps depending on your pump seal. And getting that out of the way, it shoots about as hard as any modern missile blaster. That's why this is actually a really good option for modern day. No batteries, no HAMPs, just point and shoot. Granted that it's not leaking. Now for more of the subjective stuff that's more reminiscent of Welcome S7's tagback that he more or less abandoned, which is why I'm here. So some of you might know this, but for all the rest of you, the Triple Strike is by far one of my favorite vintage blasters. For one, it's a pistol, shotgun, like missile shooting monstrosity. It's amazing. And it's perfectly serviceable even in a modern war. I mean, 3 missiles, oh my gosh. If you have a zombie or something that you need to just make sure they stop existing, this is the blaster for you. Announcer voice activated. The Triple Strike is the blaster for you. On top of this, whenever I initially looked for this, it took a while, and I actually bought an entire lot just to get a Triple Strike. And it wasn't this Triple Strike. It was one that was already pre-modified, and one of the tanks didn't want to work. And unfortunately, I no longer have that one. But I found this with all of the arrows, with more or less all of the heads, for like 30 bucks, I think. And it works perfectly, so heck yeah, man. Triple Strike was from 1999, part of the AirJet Power series. However, I have a theory about it, and that theory is that it was not supposed to originally be part of the AirJet Power line. It was supposed to be part of the Mega Blitz line, along with the Lightning Blitz. And that's because there is an unreleased Mega Blitz blaster, I've seen that 5 times fast, called the Gatlin Storm, which it doesn't appear to be air-powered, but aesthetically, it's very similar to these. As a matter of fact, the style of deco is almost identical. And honestly, just for like a 3 counterparts second wave, it would kind of make sense for, you know, the Lightning Blitz is the Micro Dart, Gatlin Storm is the Mega, and this is the Big Arrows. And on top of that, there's a prototype picture of one of these that is in an entirely pre-release phase, and entirely different colors and all that, and it comes with big bad bow arrows, and it's really weird. But honestly, aside from that, I don't think I have a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it's great for modifying, even, because, you know, 3 air tanks for arrows. These are really big air tanks, and even if you take the back off, they're freaking huge. They're not Titan air tanks, but they're not far behind. It is also smaller, cheaper, more compact, and much more accessible than the Leonard Big Salvo. And even for 90s, it's still way better than the just crappy quality of Leonard plastic. Big salvos are not good at all if they're not in perfect working order. These are. You can just do an absurd amount with these. And they're great, and I wish I had more of them. But honestly, the one here is fine enough for me. And the Screamin Arrows are awesome, and were one of the first, I believe, exotic arrow variants to be added to my personal collection. As you know, I'm kind of the ammo whore. I like ammo, and I collect ammo more than anything else. And yeah, giant whistling arrows that are more or less only compatible with Triple Strike, because Triple Strike doesn't work with any of the vintage arrows. Heck yeah, man. So yeah, that was this episode of Throwback. Hopefully you had a good time watching. I really hope that this isn't just absolutely blinding to see. And hopefully you had a blast of a time watching, and I shall see you next time.